The N is enzyme, it's beta-1. Beta-1 enzyme will digest this DNA, but because the DNA is different, it will digest it in a different pattern. So the first part of this has you using the micropipetters to put a very, very small quantity of the beta-1 enzyme into each one of the tubes. The culprit 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now it's going to seem like you hardly have any in there. But the amount you're measuring with the micropipetter is 3 microliters. Guess what? 3 microliters hardly is anything. So if it seems like there's hardly anything, you're right. There are 3 different kinds of micropipetters out here, and you're going to have to experiment a little bit to figure out which kind you have to get to 3. But there'll always be something on the micropipetter that turns, that changes the digital readout. Turn it so that you get 3. And when you need 4, turn it to 4. When you need 20, turn it to 20. Then using the micropipetter, here's the only tricky part today. If you hold the micropipetter and go ahead and do this, you'll find that you can push in on it, and then you can push in some more. There are 2 stops as you depress the trigger on the micropipetter. The stop you want is the first one. Only go to the first one. And if it feels like this is hardly moving, it's just sort of clicking, that's because you're measuring a very, very, very small quantity. You're probably doing it exactly right. Okay? It's probably exactly right. Each pipette tip gets used only 1 time. And then it's ejected using the other little button on the micropipetter. That trash cup that you have on each table is obviously where the trash goes. This first step, you add the beta-1 enzyme to each of the 5 tubes.
They're coming back.
They're coming back. It's okay. Then it asks you in the directions to use an incubator to hold them at 37 Celsius for 10 minutes. The best 37 Celsius incubator I have right now is your hand. So hold them in your hand for 10 minutes. Try to keep them all upright so that it doesn't slosh around everything else. Oh, and there's one other thing that it does say in there. You'll need to mix the beta-1 enzyme with the DNA itself. There's a little trick to doing that. Using the micropipetter, you press with the tip on, insert into the tube it comes out of, then put it into a tube, and then to mix it, press in and out 3 or 4 times. Then make sure you're pressing in and remove it. And what this does then is it turns into a micro blender. And it mixes up everything in the tube that way. It's a pretty good way of mixing. Yes, ma'am?
And so this is the first stop still?
The first stop. Only ever go to the first stop. The second stop is not something we ever need to worry about. Okay? That'll be the first part of the lab. When we're getting done with that digest, I'll show you how to do the second one. Let's do it. If you are just coming in, you need one of these. Cook now.
Get out of here. Get out of here. They're not wanted.
I don't see one.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
you just got here.
Did you put it in? No one did.
Hey, yo. So apparently Carl got into that engineering.
Yeah, dude, free tuition. Only like 30 people got accepted. Get accepted.
Maintain the 3-point grade average.
What?
Don't you have a grade average you have to maintain if you get a...
Well, yeah, sure. I wouldn't know how he got in. I mean, it's great.
I didn't know that. Apparently it's like prestigious shit or something.
I bet he secretly designs like sweet structures and have to send a couple of those.
Yeah, everybody, you should put on gloves today. Yeah, you're gloving up not to protect yourself, but to protect the DNA.
This is the uninformed group.
Yeah, it's the seniors. Seniors are so often uninformed.
Yeah.
It's okay.
When do you want me to start?
It's actually already running, I think.
Oh, sorry.
What do we?
Yeah, it's going. It's all right.
Oh, you should throw some of those over.
Yes, science. Actually, this just makes me think about making sandwiches.
Yeah. Makes me think about applying cream.
So you want to go to 003.
Like from the top.
Actually, wait, this one should be this is 20, should be 030. Let's go to 030.
This is a 200, so this should just be,
Let's see what it feels like. Because I'll be able to tell. I've got 3 different kinds here.
Yeah, you're right.
this is a 200, so should it be 003?
Yes. This one.
Maybe it shouldn't be that.
This one, the 200 is probably going to be.
Mr. Keopnick, explain to us, how is this lesson typical of your classroom and of City High science?
One of the things at City High that we're committed to is teaching through inquiry. We would hate to have people think that science is something that you read about in a book. We want people to think that science is something that you do, questions that you try to answer, and problems that you try to solve.
And that's exactly what you're doing with these students.
We're trying.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I think that your video explains itself that you really are using those methods of inquiry and challenging students to figure out science for themselves. So we really appreciate your coming in and congratulate you once again on your award.
Thank you.
It's quite an honor, yes. And thank you all for joining us. I'm Olivia Baker, and you are watching Education Exchange.
Here.